What's going on YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing us another video. Today I'm bringing us a video on Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and this will be regarding the return of the show. Yes, Power Rangers Beast Morphers is finally returning for the fall. It will be returning on September 14th, which is this Saturday, at 8:30 a.m., which will be the new time. They just changed the time back in the spring to 8 a.m. Now it's 8:30. So it's a little bit later in the day, but not that much later. It's still a time where you still have to wake up a little bit early just to watch the episodes, but it's not as bad where people aren't willing to watch it. It's still a hard one for some people for sure, but it's something to note. So yes, the show is returning, which is good to know. We actually have a confirmed date now, so that's great. Many people may be saying, oh, this feels so late. Why is it so late? The reason why it's so late this year has to do with the fact that when the show started. Beast Morphers this year started in March, which is different from past years because typically Power Rangers on Nickelodeon has always started in January or February, but this year, because of how they wanted to keep things hidden more so and do a much bigger reveal at Toy Fair this year, they postponed the release of the show until March so that they could build up more excitement potentially for the show, I guess. And because of that, instead of it coming back in August like it typically does, it came back in September. So as far as things go with that, just keep that in mind for anyone that thinks, oh, this felt so long. It's really not that different from what it's been. It's just a matter of when it started and what time it is now. So it's the same length essentially. Now, as far as other things go, what I could say is that episodes 9, 10, and 11 will be airing through the month of September. 9 will be airing on the 14th. 10 the 21st, and 11 the 28th. As far as October and so on and so forth, we have no idea. We do not know for sure when episodes will be airing in October, and we don't know for sure if there will be any weeks where there will not be an episode as of now. It might be that it goes right through, or it may be that there's like 1 week or 2 weeks. In past years, it's usually where there's at least 1 or 2 weeks. But because of how late things are, it may be the situation where there really aren't any weeks that are gap weeks where there's no episodes at all. So just keep it in mind that it is a possibility for anyone that was hoping that there might be a preempt or something like that where there's no episode. We'll have to wait and see. As far as other things go, what I want to say about the show is this. This is an important notice for anyone that has been watching the show online, watching international airings if you live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, this is not for you, but this is more so for US people. If you have been watching the international airings, that's fine. You can do that. If you're reading spoilers, fine. That's your choice. However, I want everyone to keep this in mind. Even if you've been doing that, what I really want to stress with everyone is watch the show in the fall. Yes, you may have the ability to watch the episodes before they air in America. However, the thing is that if you watch the episodes before they air in America and you do not watch the show when it is on television, you are not helping the show. If you watch it when it premieres, or if you at least watch it through DVR. DVR means that you don't have to watch it when it's premiering. So you don't have to wake up at 8:30. If you want to watch it at 10 or 12 or whatever time you want, you can watch it. At least do that. If you at least do one of those two things, you are actually helping the ratings of the show and allowing the show to succeed a lot more. If you don't do that, you're basically preventing its success because a lot of the show's ratings come from the US. And as much as people like to say, oh, I watch the international airings, I don't need to watch it on television, you really do if you want the show, if you really want to help the show out. It makes all the difference in the world. Even if you just DVR it, it still makes a big difference. It still will encourage better ratings compared to if you just watch the international airings. The reason why the show doesn't air the same way that other countries air is just because of the fact that they don't have certain international television laws, and also because of how Nickelodeon runs things. Now again, that is up to them, and that's perfectly fine. Some people will definitely argue over this point, and I've heard it a million times about how, oh, they should switch to a different station. There's really not that many options, and honestly, As much as that might sound like a great idea, I'm not sure it really is. I think in a lot of ways, Nickelodeon is probably the best option for what things are at this time. So just keep that in mind. But just in general, that's my most important thing to mention, is that please watch it even if you've watched the international spoilers, the international releases, or if you're reading international spoilers online. Please, it's really important to watch it, because if you don't, it's not helping the show at all. The final episode of Beast Morphers is supposed to air outside of the US on that same day that the show is brought back. And if you just watch that whole thing and you don't watch in the US, you're not helping. If you're not in the US, it's not your problem, because you don't have much to say and you really can't contribute to the ratings in that way. But as far as people that are based in the US themselves, it's definitely encouraged to watch it when it's airing or through DVR. I'm stressing that a lot because it is an important point, and for those that are fans, if you want the show to be around for a long time, if you want to help the show in any way, it really is worth watching. So just keep it all in mind. Again, show returns September 14th at the new time of 8:30 a.m. So otherwise, that's about it for me, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.